Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've got a Project Management Institute certification, you already know that actually earning your professional development units, your PDUs, is a huge accomplishment on its own. But getting them officially accepted by the system, well, sometimes that can feel like a massive project in and of itself. Today, we're going to take the frustration completely out of rejected PDU claims by decoding the exact reasons they get bounced back to you.
It's a question that strikes dread into the heart of literally any professional. You put in the hours, you actually did the learning, you submitted the form, and then denied. Total gut punch, right? Well, if you're staring at a rejected claim right now, take a deep breath. We're going to translate that cryptic system feedback into clear, actionable steps so you can just maintain your credentials and ditch the headache.
All right, Part 1, Decoding PDU Rejections, or Making Sense of the System Feedback. Which brings us right to Section 2, the Missing Documentation Trap, otherwise known as Needs More Information.
So check out this exact unyielding phrasing the system spits out at you. Since you have not uploaded the required documents, your claim is currently non-qualified. It halts your claim in its tracks simply because you didn't provide the proof. You see, when you upload a claim, if the system decides it needs more information and you haven't provided any supporting documents, it just automatically rejects it. No human review, just a totally black and white system rule.
But thankfully, the fix here is ridiculously easy. If your claim is stuck in that dreaded needs more information limbo, just jump to Step 2. Upload the completion certificates for the courses you've done. Once those supporting documents are attached to the file, boom, the administrative hurdle is cleared.
Moving on to Section 3, Cycle Date Mismatches, or what I like to call the timeline trap.
Here's the deal. You absolutely must report your PDUs strictly within your specific active cycle dates. Notice the timeline we have here. In this real-world example, a user tried to claim past dates from way outside their current cycle, but their valid Disciplined Agile Scrum Master Cycle runs exactly from the 27th of January 2024 to the 26th of January 2025. Relying on any activities from before that start date, immediate rejection. You just have to report those PDUs inside your exact cycle window.
Okay, Section 4, Misaligned Categories and Limits. Let's talk about the rules of allocation.
I want you to burn this number into your brain right now, 25. This number represents the absolute maximum amount of PDUs you can ever report under the giving back category. It's a hard-coded limit in the review system.
Because once you hit that 25-point ceiling, the system literally stops counting. Any further claims you try to cram into this category, like additional work as practitioner PDUs, will simply bounce right back. This means you have to be strategic. You've got to look around and fulfill other categories rather than just loading everything into one bucket.
And that brings us to a super common mistake: reporting in general buckets when your current cycle actually requires very specific fractions of points. Instead of just throwing PDUs into random categories and hoping for the best, look at what the system actually wants from you. If your account says you need exactly 1.75 or maybe 8 PDUs specifically under business acumen, submitting them anywhere else is just going to get them marked as non-qualified.
This allocation rule is incredibly rigid. Just consider this real scenario. A user submitted a massive batch of 18 PDUs entirely into the Ways of Working category. And the system? It rejected all 18 of them. Why? Well, because the user actually needed 6 PDUs in Power Skills and 5 in Business Acumen. Putting them in the wrong category means 0 points applied.
So what do you do if you get hit with a wrong category rejection? First thing, do not panic. Your PDUs aren't gone forever. You simply resubmit them, but this time map them correctly to the specific areas like Business Acumen or Power Skills where your account actually shows the deficit.
Finally, Section 5, Fixing Partially Applied Claims. What do you do when only some of your PDUs go through?
Picture this. You submit a large claim, but the system only accepts a portion of it. If you try to go back in to tweak that original submission, you are very likely going to hit this exact system response. I'm sorry, but you cannot edit this claim as your 8 PDUs have already been applied to your account. Once the system accepts even a portion of your claim, it completely locks that specific entry down.
So, the crucial takeaway here is do not try to fight the locked system. You can't edit that original claim anymore. Instead, you just leave those successfully applied 8 PDUs alone, celebrate that small victory, and then submit a completely new, separate claim for whatever your remaining balance of PDUs is.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a quick checklist. Look, the system isn't trying to punish you, it's just looking for exact matches. So,
Ask yourself, are your active cycle dates accurate? Are your categories perfectly balanced to what your profile actually requires? And most importantly, are your completion certificates ready to upload the second the system asks for proof? Master these little quirks and your next submission is going to sail right through. But it really begs the question, now that you've totally mastered the administrative side of the system, what bold new skill are you going to learn for your next PDU? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy learning!